And we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third episode of Where Heartbreak Feels Good, a dazzling podcast about stories that may or may not feel perfect or powerful. I'm Josh Woodbury. I'm going to be your host for this episode. My other co-host, Edgar and Preston, couldn't make it right now, but I do have a guest tonight, returning from last week. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yep, Evan from Hyperspace Hype, My Cup of Tea. We just shot our last podcast yesterday talking about all things movies, but I'm glad to be here. 2 episodes in a row. Love it.
I know, it's awesome. Yeah, today's a special one too. For this episode, we're discussing our predictions and our hopes and dreams for this Sunday's Oscars ceremony, which is pretty big in our lives. Pretty big moment.
Yeah, we were talking about this on our last podcast, how the Oscars have become we've become increasingly more invested in them over the years.
Yeah.
And this Oscar season initially seemed pretty cut and dry. There was a little bit of stuff that were like, okay, some of these like best actress could go anywhere, or best picture could go anywhere. Like I remember back in the day, a couple months ago, we didn't know what was happening with best picture. Cut to
Exactly.
today,
Yeah.
we still don't know, but we're narrowed it down to two at least. Like back then, I was like, Dune could win, maybe, but yeah.
The funny thing is,
Now,
2 weeks ago, we thought Best Picture was a lock for Power of the Dog. Then
totally.
BAFTAs and all these award shows, and now it's up in the air between Power of the Dog and Coda, which is probably the favorite right now.
Yeah, we'll
It's
definitely talk
crazy.
about that, but yeah, it's gone up and down. I'm excited because a lot of these nominees these were some good nominees. Like, overall, I think the Oscar season, I've heard some people saying like it's not their favorite number of nominees, but I actually like it quite a bit. There's a lot of the
Yeah,
best picture nominees I really liked. Like I don't really love Nightmare Alley. I know you liked that one more than me, I think.
I love that movie.
Um, what other ones? Like I still haven't seen Drive My Car, but a
Oh
lot of the other ones
man,
I,
you
I
should try
liked.
to see that before Sunday.
I definitely should. Like between
Yeah, and
Saturday
tomorrow.
and Sunday, try and catch up on that. It's just being an adult is hard. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, like I wish Tick Tick Boom was in there. That's one of my favorites. Power of the Dog, though. Power of the Dog and Coda are two of my like 5 out of 5 movies of the
Really?
year. So to have those two be like in the contention, I'm like, oh, that's perfect. These are my top 5 movies of 2021. So whichever way it goes, I'm a happy guy. So it should be a fun one.
I know. Yeah, it's to be an interesting race. Like I said a few weeks ago, we thought most of these categories are a lock, and this between the past 2 weekends with these award shows, so many we'll get to it, but like editing or both of the screenplay categories are completely up in the air now. When we thought they would all be going to they would all be
Whew.
easy pits, you know?
I
It's
agree.
crazy.
Like you just named those 3 categories. My head,
Those
like
are
I
the
tweeted
big
out
ones.
earlier today, my head's hurting. I don't know where to go. I keep listening to different podcasts. They're telling me different things. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with passion picks at this point. Like,
Hmm.
especially for editing, I got to go with passion picks.
I
A
know.
screenplays is like original, adapted. We'll get to that, but yeah, editing. I'm like, fuck it. We'll see what happens. It can go
Yeah, I
literally
have,
anywhere.
and not just the award shows, but even the past 2 days have been crazy because I don't know
Mm.
about you, but these anonymous ballots are something have been really interesting in the past couple years, where they come out like days before. We think some categories are locked, then these anonymous ballots where you shouldn't believe them. We're led to believe that you shouldn't believe them. Except the past 2 years, they've led to actual results. Like in
That's a good.
2019, these
Mhm.
ballots led us to believe Parasite might win, and it did. Same thing with Anthony Hopkins for Best Actor last year. It's interesting.
Oh, I don't remember the anonymous ballots saying Parasite might win. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't I don't usually read too much into them because it's like the argument is like there's a couple anonymous ballots, but there's over thousands and
I know.
thousands of
Yeah,
voters. So it's like,
that's the tricky thing.
how do you do that? But you're right. The Anthony Hopkins thing was a big surprise last year, and
Hmm.
Parasite. I was expecting it more and more as it was leading up, and I'm glad that it won. Still my favorite Best Picture winner of the past decade. So
Yeah.
we'll see where Coda or Power of the Dog lands on Sunday
Hmm. So
or
I
Dune.
think the way to do this is I'm gonna bring up my Gold Derby, but before we get to that,
Mhm.
I wanna bring up something. I want to bring up is like someone made a tally on a doodle dot tally of the anonymous ballots. I just want to bring
Okay,
that up real
great.
quick.
Yeah, please do.
Let me scroll to it. Okay, so these are all coming from like sites like IndieWire and Hollywood Reporter and Dual Derby. So for picture, let's start
Okay.
here. We have 7 of the. I think there's like total like 15 at least that have come out. 14 right there, and so out of those, Coda has 7 of them. Then it's pretty evenly split between Licorice Pizza, Dune, and Power of the Dog, which is really interesting.
Those were the couple I would expect, minus Licorice Pizza. Licorice Pizza was a film
Yeah,
that got great reviews. I still haven't seen Licorice Pizza actually because it was in theaters and then I missed it when other movies are coming out. And it's not streaming anywhere. I wish Licorice Pizza was. But anyways, um,
yeah,
I Coda is expected. Coda has very like big passion behind it.
yeah.
Dune,
It's
Power of the
grown
Dog,
like even as the 2 weeks, it's grown
it
so
just
much.
keep on growing. And of course, my family's like, Evan, have you seen Coda? Yes, I have. I told you about Coda. Go watch Coda, everybody.
Exactly.
Uh, but I'm glad to see Dune here. Dune is like one of
Hmm.
my favorite movie of last year, so I'm glad it's up
It's my
here.
number 2. Yeah, I love that movie.
What was your number
I'd
one?
be
Oh,
happy that like what was that?
was your number one last year? Worst person?
It was Green Knight.
Oh, Green Knight. Okay.
Worst person was my number 3. Actually, speaking of that, if you want to go to my Twitter at Josh D Woodbury, I put out a huge thread about my personal picks and nominations and
Yes,
winners yesterday. If you want to go
it's a
check
good
that
thread.
out,
It's a good thread.
good thread. Yeah. So yeah, what's the picture? I think we'll get to our predictions, but like it's between 2 right now. I think. I don't think we could have a surprise. I think Dune could happen. Maybe. I would
If
love it.
Dune
it
wins,
would be.
I
It
am
would be wild.
going crazy. I'm like, F the stats. Let's go, dude. That would be amazing.
Exactly.
Especially since maybe they're like, well, they snubbed Denis, so let's give him best picture. That'd be amazing.
Mm.
Anyways, it probably Coda Power
Yeah.
Dog.
Then okay, so these other films I've gotten 2 and 1. I'd say maybe I'm surprised Belfast only had got 1 of these. I thought that would have more support within the Academy, but maybe not.
Yeah, like we said, me and you are both on the same page with Belfast. I think you liked it
Yeah.
even less, but I thought it was a fine movie. But yeah, I'm not surprised.
The more I think about it, the more it's like it's just kind
Meh.
of a mess, and the editing is just so
Mess.
hollow, in my
Wow.
opinion. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's like, yeah, it's a hollow movie, but
Mhm.
um director though, what is
It's an
this?
interesting one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see Jane Campion. I was like, wait,
Oh,
Ted?
yeah.
I was
But
like,
still,
okay.
Spielberg in number 2, which is really interesting.
For West Side Story, which is a movie I really liked, but I mean, I guess compared to the rest, I'm not surprised actually because
Yeah, you can't deny the
the
craftsmanship of that movie.
yeah, the craftsmanship, especially that's why Jane Campion is so high up because I think the
Yeah,
craftsmanship in Power of the Dog is phenomenal. Um,
exactly. Yeah.
Paul Thomas Anderson, 0, 1, 2, 2 to 3. Okay, Ryuski, I like seeing him in there.
Mhm.
But yeah, if Steven, there's no chance Steven wins, but like,
No, I think J&T wins a lot, but it's just really
mhm,
interesting that he has almost as
yeah,
much as he
I like
is.
that. Second place for sure, runner up.
Mhm. Okay, now here's where we get interesting. Actor and actress categories. Actor, I'm sure Will Smith's gonna take away. But
Yeah, yeah.
actress is
Next.
really fascinating. And made
What
me this
the
is the big
heck?
one. This is the big one that you'll see later. It made me change some things.
15 for Penelope Cruz for
Exactly.
Parallel Mothers, correct?
Parallel Mothers. I
Is that
watched
on
it the other
Netflix?
day, finally, and it's really fucking good.
Is that Hulu or Netflix?
It's still in theaters. I don't think it's on
Oh,
streaming yet.
dang it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've tried to find it and be like, coming to a theater near you kind of thing. I'm like, well, crap. It's not
If
coming
you
to the
could go to
streaming.
the Edgar way with it.
Oh
The
boy, get my Jack Sparrow on per se.
Yep.
But
But yeah,
15.
it's interesting. And this is the type of thing that like last year with Anthony Hopkins where I could see the passion behind it with international voters and just because Chastain's been the front runner for since Sad, but
Hmm.
she's never been like that pick for me. Like she's great, but that movie is just so like underwatched, you know?
Yeah, I mean, she was never been that pick for me, but the first thing you come out of watching that movie is like the movie's fine, but Andrew Garfield and especially Jessica Chastain are phenomenal. They're incredible.
Yeah. I
So
guess you would say it's similar to if she wanted to be like similar to Renee Zellweger with Judy from 2019, where that movie was
oh
just meh, but like she was fantastic in it.
yeah, yeah. Again, the interesting thing about this nomination for Best Actress is like none of their movies are Best Picture nominees, so we
Yeah,
can't even
that's
get a lead
been
there
a fascinating stat that broke this year. That all of these are like from other movies, which
for
is really
sure.
interesting.
Penelope Cruz though getting a lot of love is surprising. I would, man, if she wins, that'd be crazy.
Mm.
I just don't see because again, SAG voters are a lot of the voters for actress, and then
Yeah, yeah, I
she
know.
just won what? What was the last one? SAG and Critics' Choice or SAG and
She won Saturn Courage Choice, yeah. But
SAG
Courage
and
Choice, I don't really count because it's like no voter overlap, and they usually
True.
just try and forget the Oscars anyways. So
Exactly. Yeah.
Sad's the like more important one, which
Yeah.
we'll see. Then
Interesting.
Kristen Stewart getting 4 and 5. That's really good. I'm still pulling for her. She would be my personal pick, but
She's to my yeah. I mean, I said it like if Kristen Stewart can't win, Jessica Chastain should win.
yeah, I'd honestly say Penelope Cruz now since I've seen the movie. She'd be my
Okay.
number 2. Yeah,
She's really great.
she's
She's really
really
great.
great.
Okay. Nice. I love her as an actress. She's great. Was she the one who was in 355 earlier this year?
She was, yeah. I never saw that movie.
Yeah, I did. I was like, she's okay.
Yeah.
But let's continue on here.
Okay. Yeah, these are pretty easy. Except it's interesting that Kirsten
Troy.
Dunst has 8
People
and
have been
Rachel Weisz has 9. I don't see
like
it.
if Ariana DeBose doesn't win, the other option is
That would be
Kirsten Dunst.
wild if she sweeps everywhere, then just doesn't get in or doesn't win it.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
agree with you. I think it's Ariana's to lose
That's why I
here.
think like the actress is so fascinating because it's been different mostly everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
I
like the
agree.
other categories, it's been sweeps.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this
And
is
yeah, Troy
interesting.
Kotzer, it's 18.
Yeah,
He has this.
Drake. Again, that was the one thing that we seen up top. Like a couple months ago, we were like Cody Smith McPhee is going to destroy it, and then Troy's like a passion pick. Maybe we'll see. But then now Troy's clearly the
Yeah,
front runner. He'll win.
exactly.
Get your speech ready.
Did Paul Racy win last year? I'm
Paul
forgetting.
Racy for what movie would it have
For
been
Sound of
for?
Metal? People have been comparing him to that with the Critics Pit, who's like went all the
I
way to the
don't
nomination.
think he won. Crap.
I
I'm
don't know if
always
he won. Let me check.
who won? Yeah, who won Best Supporting last year? So we had Anthony Hopkins,
That was
uh,
Best Actor.
and then Best Supporting Actress was the girl from Minari, woman from Minari.
Yeah, Yoon Jun Yin.
Um,
He was nominated.
supporting
He didn't
supporting
win.
actor was that's gonna kill me. I'm not sure. 2021, 2020 movies. Uh, oh, was that Daniel Kaluuya last year?
It will okay, yeah, it was Daniel
Okay.
Kaluuya, which like you can't deny that performance.
That
But
was especially it came out in February and then
I mean, yeah, that's
that helped
incredible.
out. Yeah. So yeah, let's continue on here. Is that it?
Okay. Now here's where we get really interesting. Original screenplay.
Okay. Adapted is all over
Adapted
the
is really
place,
tight. Yeah.
which I think, given
I
the
think
landscape, yeah, makes sense
yeah, which is interesting that Coda has the less, but I think that's going to pull through because of its pitcher chances.
for sure. Yeah, I think it's just people they voted
Yeah.
here. I think Coda's up top, but Lost Daughter could swing through. Power
That'd
of the
be an interesting
Dog
pick.
could swing
Yeah.
through. Driving a car could swing through. I doubt it. I less so than that. I think Coda, Power of the Dog. I think it's 1 Coda, 2 Power, 3 Lost Daughter.
Yeah.
In terms of order there. Man, there was a time where I thought Dune could win this, but yeah, it's a wrap.
I know.
Yeah, Coda is
That
still
movie
surprising to me in terms of best
yeah.
adapted.
You don't really think of that as a screenplay movie much.
No, you don't. But again, people are like, if I can't get Shion Hader for best director, I'll get her for best
Yeah.
adapted screenplay.
That made sense. Yeah. And what's
Then
really fascinating is original screenplay though.
so what I'm getting from this anonymous voter ballots that you did, or none that you did, but that you compiled, is that they're
This isn't
fans
mine.
of.
I just found it on Twitter.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
these people who submitted these are fans of international films.
It
We
seems
saw a
like
lot
it,
of
but
Penelope Cruz,
yeah.
Worst Person, Drive My Car, a lot of votes behind those films.
But I think that's been like the Academy voter base has grown to be like more heavily focused. At least some branches, but like
That's
they're
true.
starting to branch out more.
For sure, for sure. I still think it's predominantly,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
predominantly those
That's why this is like an
white
interesting. It's
voters.
not like take it with a grain of salt, except maybe a few categories where it's
Yeah.
really interesting. Like
Worst
original
person.
screenplay, where worst person has this many over the others.
I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
See,
Especially Don't Look Up at 5 and Belfast at 4. Interesting.
don't look up one WGA though. Sure, that's because
I'm about to
Belfast
say
wasn't eligible, but it's
Belfast.
interesting that it won over Licorice Pizza though.
Yeah, Licorice Pizza I think is out now because if it can't
Yeah,
beat, if it can't beat Don't Look Up, then it can't beat Belfast.
and maybe the controversy has something to do with it also.
Yeah, I finally saw that clip about the with the Asian jokes. I'm like, oof.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wonder how
it's
that
not
played in
good.
the movie. Yeah, I haven't seen the movie. I just saw the clip, so I can't really.
It's meant to be played as like, hey, this guy's an asshole, but still, like, don't do
Why?
that in movies these days. Why? It's
Yeah, because
2022. Yeah,
there's easier ways to show that somebody's an asshole than being
exactly.
racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, worst person. I mean, after seeing the movie, I adore it. I think it's a very subtle, very complex, yet simple movie about relationships and growing, and just it's a very simple character arc. But again, these international movies, man, I love them because they're so much more
Hmm.
complex than a lot of American movies we see these days.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially over like Belfast and Don't Look Up, personally.
yeah, I mean, I think Worst Person is the best screenplay for sure.
Yeah,
Out of
easily.
the movies I've seen, easy, way better screenplay than Don't Look Up. Academy just likes Adam McKay. King of
Hmm.
Richard, I love King of Richard.
It's a good
That's like
screenplay.
that's
Yeah.
my second one. I think I would go Worst Person, King, Belfast, Don't Look Up, and then I haven't seen Pizza. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Belfast doesn't have a bad screenplay. It's actually pretty good. I just think, and again, in terms of like the emotion behind the film, I don't really
Hmm.
get behind it. But yeah, wow, that'll be interesting. We'll see
It's
what you have.
interesting.
We'll see what you
Yeah.
have for your pick there.
Okay. Now, a few other categories that are interesting from these. Production design. Nat Morale is leading out of these ballots. And this is one that, like,
I'll
I might
hold
change
my
it.
I'll hold my tea until we get to it. But I'm spoiler alert. I'm picking Dune still.
Oops, sorry.
Um, I'm picking Dune still. What
Yeah.
does Gold Derby have for? Can you see the odds for?
I'm on Dolby right now. Yeah, let's the store right there.
Um,
10. Let me see.
I'm at Alley's 4-1.
That's the odds that I got.
Oh, that's you got okay.
I think these are them right now. So
Okay.
16-5.
It's a either or category. If Dune was to slip and not get the magical 6 that I wanted to get, production design is one of those categories, along
Mm-hmm.
with
See, that's the interesting
cinematography
thing.
and editing, that
Yeah,
it could slip.
I don't see Dune getting all sits.
I don't, but that's why I think I'm hoping for it. That's why I think editing could come into picture there. Editing
Exactly.
or
Yeah.
cinematography, hopefully not. Because I think
I think those are
cinematography
the
in
three
Dune is
ones that are up in the air for Dune, though.
cinematography though is just so immaculate in Dune.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But production design, they love Del Toro is a master at production design. I
Mm-hmm.
always, whenever I think of production
The
design,
circus set was fucking incredible.
yeah, that's what I'm about to say. The circus design, even just simple things as Kate Blanchett's office, very
Mm-hmm.
good. And then the estate that they go to in the third act of the movie.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's an interesting one. It's always been up and forth, back and forth. I'll talk more about it when we get to predictions. So, but yeah, that's an
Yeah.
interesting
So
one.
about the ballots real quick.
Yeah. So
Most of these are right
BFF
around the line. Dune, Dune,
easily
Dune.
Dune. Yeah, No Time to Die. Right? Or
Yeah.
yeah, No Time to Die.
Tammy Faye.
Tammy
Editing is
Faye.
really interesting. They're really even right now.
What the hell is gonna happen to editing,
I don't know.
Josh?
It's one of the most. It's probably the most up in the air. I think
Mm-hmm.
that and I'd say wait original screenplay.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Okay, though.
I go back there. Okay. What do you think? What do you
Uh,
think
it's
about this?
it's interesting. I have no idea where it could go. I like seeing how Don't Look Up Don't Look Up has 3 to 4, so it's actually in the lead here over Power of the Dog. And Don't Look Up's editing, whether it's
It's still
either
all over the place.
it's all over the place. And either you love that style, it's very Adam McKay. Either you love it or
Yeah,
you hate it. And I think we're seeing that here. You love it or you hate it. Um, Dune, I think Dune has such seamless editing, but I think the complaint about Dune's editing is that it's a 2 hour, 45-minute movie. If you feel the length, that means the editing might not be as sharp as the other ones.
hmm
King Richard is 2 hours and 20 minutes, nearly the length of like The Force Awakens or something like that. So it's like it's a longer film, but it doesn't feel like it at all. It's a breeze, easy family watch. King Richard.
yeah,
Tick Tick Boom, of course, it has that musical to it, so that's why the editing is so great. I think. Power of the Dog, of course, is though my favorite. I love Power of the Dog's editing; it's just
yeah.
phenomenal.
I'd say that's my pick too.
Um, but I don't know if it's going to win there. I think I would
Yeah,
love it to. If it won editing on Sunday night, I'm like, it might just win Best Picture then.
I don't know because we'll get to it, but I don't see Power of the Dog winning just one award and it being director. So
We
I think either editing or cinematography took it.
or or Best Picture, yeah,
I don't know, man.
or Best
The
Picture,
passion for
dude.
Coda is strong. Like that, the video that Joe Biden just put out is such a way like to like end the campaign for Coda. Did you see that
Yeah,
video? They had the
sure
cast at
did.
the White House.
Yeah, it's like do
It
the
was
sign.
interesting.
It's like, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm not sure where this could go. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not sure. We'll talk about it later. But I like seeing it. I just think it's very interesting that Don't Look Up from these ballots is in contention.
yeah,
Because I don't think it is actually, but we'll see.
yeah. I don't see it, but I think a cinematography is between Dune and Power of the Dog. I think that's obvious.
Those are yes, one or two,
Yeah,
and yeah.
I think that's it for these ballots, though.
Okay.
So let's
Cool,
let's go
cool,
over the
cool.
Gold Derby and finalize our predictions. If
Let's do that.
let's go back.
Tweet that out again.
Okay. Nathan.
Yeah, people all thought like for the longest, like could it get the VFX nom?
It did.
It did, right?
Yeah.
It did actually. Oh,
Yeah.
huh. Never mind. Because I remember I thought like VFX for
Hey,
Spider Man
Nathan,
was
what are you
like
saying?
they're not as they're not any special as other MCU movies. But yeah, there it is. I forgot about that. Shang-Chi
Nope.
though, like but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
So
I wanted like Matrix or whatever in there.
I
But
know Matrix was the snub that like I was kind of sad about. Just that was
mm-hmm.
pretty well done. So let's I'm just gonna go over these shorts real quick. I've only seen The Wandered By and The Queen of Basketball of these two categories, and they're both fantastic. And I think they're probably the clear winners at this point. I haven't heard much
Okay.
talk about anything else.
Long goodbye. I've
Maybe The
heard
Dress for live action short could steal it.
okay, yeah. I've seen a lot of praise for Queen of Basketball. I really want to see that one the most out of all these like, shorts.
Yeah,
Um,
it's on YouTube. It's the New York Times documentary. It's really well done. With editing's great. The I forget her name, but the Queen of Basketball herself, like it's basically just about her just talking about her life and that she was like she went from college basketball to being like one of the best basketball players in the world at one point. Then something happened and like her career just went to a stop and she like went away from basketball. It's
okay,
really interesting.
interesting. Yeah. I also did hear that Long Goodbye is the front runner for live action short. Is
Yeah,
that also on YouTube?
it's on YouTube. It's Riz Ahmed who I think wrote it and stars in it.
Yes.
So it's
Okay. So
obviously
yeah, Riz Ahmed getting his first Oscar, not what we expected, but love
mm-hmm.
to see it. At least he's in the conversation. So in the next
Exactly.
couple of years, he'll get his well deserved finally a win here. I love Riz.
Yeah, he's great. He's one of my favorite like underappreciated actors right now.
Right? I just like the passion behind his movies and the way he talks about film. I love Riz. Ever since
Did you
Nightcrawler, you're like, yeah, I love this
Nightcrawler?
guy.
Yeah. Did you see Modal Modley last year?
I haven't. No.
Yeah, it's like similar to Sound of Metal, but like it's a musician who like
He's
has a
rapping, right?
he's a rapper. Yeah, he has like a mental issue and has to step away from acting for a bit or from rapping. And I think it's honestly maybe better than Sound of Metal, and his
Hmm.
performance is fantastic.
How'd you see that movie?
I just rented it on my
Uh,
VOD.
okay. I didn't know it was out yet. Yeah, I saw the other Riz Ahmed movies instead on Amazon Prime. I don't know if you saw that one.
Which one?
It's like the Alien Invasion movie with Riz Ahmed. It's not Alien
Uh,
Invasion, but it's more. It's interesting. It's not great, but Riz
hmm
is great in it. Um, so yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, then animated short. I've seen three of these. I've seen Robin, the Windshield Wiper, and Affairs of the Art. I think Robin's the queer frontrunner right now. It's
Mm-hmm.
Netflix. It's like the most produced, I think. Like the production quality is really well done. It's stop motion and it has like a few celebrity voice actors in it. So I think that's the front runner right now.
I agree. Again, I haven't seen any of these, but Robin's the name that's floating around the most, and
Mm.
I love. You said this is on Netflix. You said.
And it's on Netflix, yeah. Then Affairs of the Art is fucking weird. it's like
What's it
it's on
about?
YouTube. It's like this woman who's narrating her previous life and like her children, I think. It's hard. It's hard to wrap your head around. It's very grotesque and like the animation is really weird. It's a
Mm,
weird one. I'm surprised it got a nomination.
okay.
Then Windshield Wiper is just like it's a bunch of vignettes animated together about like the meaning of love and what love means to other people and like different circumstances of love. The animation is gorgeous in that movie or in that short.
Oh, so you're saying it's about what's love got to do with it?
Yep.
I had to try it. uh, international film though. This is a lock, right?
Yeah. Drive My Car, I think.
Okay. I was happy seeing Worst Person in the World at the point that it was nominated. I hadn't seen the movie. Now I have. Now I wanted to win, but I haven't seen
Yep.
Drive My Car. So
I think
that's
personally Worst Person is better, but I think
okay.
Drive My Car is gonna win because it has the best picture nomination, obviously.
I I really it's one of the Drive My Car is one of the movies where I heard buzz about it like August of last year, and I'm like, when's this movie coming out? It's finally out on
Really?
HBO Max, and I finally can't. I haven't seen it yet. I'm
I
like,
thought
come
that
on,
was one
guys.
of the late bloomers, like in November, December. I thought Worst Person was like the queer frontrunner. Then that just came up out of nowhere, I think, from
Well, I
my point
mean,
of view.
like, I mean, in August, I don't think it was like in contention to win anything. It was just a movie that I saw the trailer
Yeah,
for. I saw the Japanese trailer, and I'm like, oh, I love this kind of movie, so I really want to see it.
definitely. Then documentary. I think Somewhere Soul has this in the bad.
Yeah, those are movies I wish I saw: Summer of Soul and Flea.
Oh, it's on Hulu. It's on Disney
Both
Plus even. You should give it a
Summer of Soul
watch.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, how long is it? It's like a 2 hours.
It's like 90 minutes.
90 minutes? Okay. That's good. I like a good
It's
90
just
minute
basically
movie.
like a concert film, but with the
Hmm.
editing is fantastic.
That's what I heard about it. I heard the editing is great, which
Yeah.
might be pushing it ahead of the rest. And Flea, a movie that was nominated for doc, animated,
Mid
and
history.
something else. What's the other one? Doc,
Animated,
animated,
doc, and international.
international. Yeah, right there. So yeah, mid history there. I wish it would have won one of those three, but it looks like it's coming up at the goose egg, unfortunately. But sometimes the love is in the nomination.
I
That's
mean,
all you can ask for.
maybe animated will do to it, but I think it could upset maybe.
Zero chance.
I don't know. Like, I know everything's
Zero
for
chance.
Encanto right now, but we'll see.
Zero. If Flea won animated,
That'd
I
be
think
wild, right?
even ABC will be pissed. Like, cut the award, cut it. Our movie should have won.
We talked about Bruno performance.
Yeah, cut to the yeah, that'd be amazing. Like, see, we love Encanto. Oh man.
Okay, animated right there. Yeah, I think Encanto is winning.
Yeah, I have Encanto as my prediction, and I think I think it will win. Mitchell's should win. I
Yep.
I mean, I shouldn't say should. I hate using that word, but I think Mitchell's is a way, just for me, more complex, fun, unique movie than
Yeah.
Encanto. Encanto is a very pleasant movie with great. what do people say these days? Generational trauma that these Disney and Pixar films like to dive into
Hmm.
these days. Um, in terms of nominations, I'm happy that Raya got in.
Yeah, me
We talked
too.
about that during our nomination because Raya is one of my favorite movies of last year. It's
Yeah, it's a
still in
great
my
movie.
top 15 or top 20 of last year. I think it goes for movies I have seen: Mitchell's, Raya, Encanto, Luca, Flea. Again, I haven't seen Flea, so that's why it's at the bottom. But
Yeah.
yeah, um,
Personally, yeah, Mitchell's is one of my favorite movies of last year. I think that should win in a landslide, personally. But
mhm.
Encanto's great too. The camera work's great. The music's great. I just think it's I don't know. It's just yeah, like you said, it's not as unique as Mitchell's or Flea even.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
yeah, Flea's would be my number two here. Then
Okay.
I'd probably say Encanto, then Raya, then Luca.
Yeah. Raya, I'm just that movie is so good. I'm so happy it got nominated. It came out in March of 2020. And I remember tweeting out like, I hope it wins. But then Mitchell's came out. I'm like, I hope that wins. Then Encanto came
Encanto
out.
came out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was interesting, right? Because I think it was between that and Belle for that last slot.
Oh, and
It's
I
interesting
saw
that they went with
Belle.
three Disney movies.
Yeah, I saw Belle in January. I'm like, oh, I love Belle.
I still
I
haven't
think
seen it.
it deserves it more than Luca. I
I
think
know.
my
I
brother
had tit
loves Luca, but yeah.
yeah. I had tickets to see Belle, then I got COVID. So
Ah, tragic,
yeah,
man.
I know.
Oof. Yeah. um,
But yeah,
here we go
visual
though.
effects. Right? Unless you want to
No,
still
no, visual
say
effects.
Luca.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Visual effects.
I think it's a lock, Dune.
I think Dune is luck as well.
Maybe the biggest
That's
lock of the night. I think
yeah, probably.
that and director.
This and the next one we're about to have, I think, are the biggest
Yeah,
locks of the
sound.
night.
Yeah,
Um, Dune is just Denis in general, great visual effects. Arrival, great effects. Blade Runner, great effects. Dune, great effects. Can't wait to see how they do Dune Part 2 because I think that's another lock for next year. Just cut to it next year already.
would it
um,
be net? That's coming out
I guess
2023, right?
2024
So
is
it'll be
2 years from
2
now.
years. Yeah.
2 years from now, Oscar ceremony. Cut to this podcast 2 years from now. Um, but yeah, I'm happy in terms of nominations that No Time to Die is here. Very subtle visual effects. Like I remember seeing a video of the FBI rappelling down, not FBI, but the London agents rappelling down that building was all CGI. And I'm like,
Really?
holy crap! Like
I didn't know that.
it looks so real and cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's really seamless action CGI there. Shang-Chi's cool. No Way Home's
Mhm.
solid. Free Guy's solid.
If
But yeah, Dune.
anything
Yeah.
were to upset, I'd say No Time to Die because the Academy loves those like subtle uses of visual effects. Like 1917 versus Man, those both won.
Oh, I forgot 1917 won
Yeah,
visual effects.
it's crazy over
Wow.
Endgame.
Yeah. People were pissed.
I
I didn't
wasn't.
care.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't care. Because again, like for the Marvel movies, there's 23 Marvel movies. One
exactly.
CGI isn't really as better than the other film.
I
Yeah,
think like these films that use visual effects in like more subtle ways is more impressive, honestly.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'd put Dune in that category also because it's so like shot or everything is what's real. What's like a documentary in some points,
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Denise like, so we went to Arrakis and filmed all these movies. I'm like, I believe you, Denise. I
right?
believe you. Yeah.
Okay, best sound, another lot for Dune, I think.
One of the main reactions out of Dune, every Twitter reaction, those sounds. Those
Yeah,
sounds. It's just like it felt like a lived in world. That's the best part you can get in a sci-fi adventure
exactly.
like Dune. It feels like you're living in the world. People love the Arakan no, what's the name? The evil people, the Arcanian, whatever.
Harry
Um
Kane, is that what's called?
Sure. I wish Carson is here.
We're
He would
missing
know better.
Edgar.
Yeah, Carson Negro know this. But like on YouTube, there's like an hour loop of that him just like chiming in with the army. To
Oh, the throat singing.
yeah, people love that kind of stuff. The Dune sound is great. I watched
Mm-hmm.
a whole YouTube video discussion on the sounds of Dune and stuff like that. So the work they put in just to create those sounds, very cool. I like seeing. So is West Side number two here?
I put West
Uh,
Side Story number two.
I think that makes sense. Yeah, West Side makes sense because it's a musical, has that love
Mhm.
behind it. No Time to Die, action scenes, sound in there is really cool. Power of the Dog's more of a quiet movie, but the sounds within it are
Honestly, like Power of the
great.
Dog might be my personal pick in this category because
I was about to
I
say, like,
rewatched it a few days ago, and that was one thing that took away from it the most because that is the steps that Benedict Cumberbatch takes are so present and add to like the atmosphere and the horror like vibes of it at points.
dude, I totally agree. You feel
Yeah,
for Kirsten Dunst's situation in that movie.
exactly.
And even outside of Benedict, like the sound of the nature shots, like
Hmm.
the quiet moments where it's just like
Exactly.
lingering on certain shots, and you just hear the world. Really good. Power of the Dog. You're right. I think for me it would be number two behind Dune. It's really good sound.
Hmm.
And then Belfast just
And
got in
Belfast,
because
why is it here? I don't know
because
why it's here.
there's a
That
riot
one riot
scene.
scene, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
My
riot
Trial
scene.
of Chicago 7 last year.
Yeah, f out of here.
So stupid.
So
Over
stupid.
a Quiet Place Part 2? Like, why?
Why? Come on.
Okay.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Next categories. Best song. This is an interesting one. I don't think it's a lock at all. I think it could be
Wow.
between these three. But I think No Time to Die has gotten the most precursors. I think it could be like I think it's a front runner right away from these other two, but I don't know.
Hmm.
We could have a surprise.
If this was a popular vote, then King Richard would win because the Beehive, is that what they call themselves?
I don't know.
The Beyonce fans.
That song slaps though. It's a great
It's really
song.
great. It's really
Hmm.
great. Better than Beyonce's Lion King song. Hello. Um,
Yeah.
I like Be Alive a lot, but No
That'd
Time
be
to
my
Die.
personal number two.
No Time to Die. I thought it worked very well in the context of the movie. It was funny because that song came out like a year before the movie, right?
Yeah, before COVID.
And I didn't listen to it. Like I was like, I want to hold off until I see it in the
Really?
movie. So, actually, it was kind of easy to avoid. Actually, I was surprised I didn't get leaked or spoiled.
Yeah, because most people forgot about it once COVID started.
Exactly. But it works. It's a very good song. Encanto, Dos Gritas. And Disney's upset they didn't put in No
Hmm.
with Tama Bruno. But even maybe they're not because like for the Academy voters, maybe their children love it, but do they like it? I'm
I
not.
know Lin-Manuel Miranda doesn't regret it. He said that he thinks it's a more like personal song, and
Yeah,
he like backs up that choice.
I agree.
But I think if Bruno was here, he would be winning in a landslide.
You think so?
Yeah,
I just don't know because
they're
I
having a
feel.
performance for it, and it's not even nominated. Like, come on,
No, that's awkward. That's really awkward. The Oscar ceremony this year is going to be
it's to. Speaking of that, tune in this Sunday. We're gonna have a live stream of it. If you want to watch
exactly.
one with us, watch one the chaotic train wreck that's about to happen.
It's going to be messy, but I think it's going to be better than last year. Last year was one of my least favorite of all
It
time.
was wild,
I
yeah. I
hated
liked the
it.
beginning of it, but ending
The,
on
be-
actor to Hopkins was like
the beginning,
baffling.
the beginning, yeah, the opening thing with the long takes,
Virginia
whatever.
King, yeah, that was a cool shot,
Um,
but
I just no clips. Are you insane?
yeah,
Are you
exactly.
insane? Get out of
That's
here!
why seeing clips of Dan at SADS this year was so like felt so good to see that again.
Yeah, you're like, wow, this is what a ceremony supposed to feel like. It feels great.
Exactly. They
So yeah,
they haven't said officially, but they better fucking have clips this year.
I thought you said I thought there was a paragraph in one of their stupid Oscar letters that said like, "Oh,
I
what
don't
the."
think they said like clips for like nominees. They said clips, so we'll see.
If they don't do clips, I'm like, why not? We want to see what these movies, especially again for Oscars, where most people haven't seen these movies. Let's be real about it. Show clips
Exactly.
about why they should see these movies. Um, so
But
yeah,
no, Amy fucking Schumer has to tell bad jokes.
the Oscars are doing everything in their power not to be great. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Best score
That's a
though.
rant for another time though.
Yeah, story for another time. Um,
Best score, I think
Easy,
yeah,
right?
Dune.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe Power of the Dog could upset as like one of its other wins if it doesn't get editing or something else.
Johnny fucking Greenwood with a
It's a
incredible
gorgeous
score.
score, yeah.
Incredible. It's just you put your headphones on, you watch your movie, and you just like you let the score drown you in the horror and the
Adds so much to the
contemplation.
atmosphere of the movie too.
Yeah, but of course, Dune, Hans Zimmer, get that Oscar, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then I'd probably say Don't Look Up because it's Nicholas Patel. After that,
Okay,
it's a great score. I know you don't remember it much, but I
not about
really liked it.
boy. Yeah.
Then Parallel Mothers is really good too.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
been
about to
listening to
ask
that
you.
recently.
Yeah, what do you think? So you think it's
It's a great score, yeah. I think it
great,
definitely warrants being nominated for sure.
great to hear. Would you put it above, like in terms of like just favorites, above Encanto?
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
don't. I the Encanto score is nice, but I don't think they should have been nominated personally.
Yeah, for those
Over
movies,
Fern's Dispatch or Spencer, like come on.
I think especially Spencer, but I guess they don't want to double up on Johnny Greenwood.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I agree. Spencer had a great score, great score, especially when she's at the end of that movie, the third act.
the climax. Oh my
Ah,
god,
great stuff. So yeah, I think
production design.
so far we've been in agreement on everything.
Yeah,
Visual effects, sound, song. These are those were like the easy ones. Um,
we're starting to get
Here
hard,
we go.
more interesting category or
So production
territory right here.
design, you have Nightmare
I have
Alley. Explain
Nightmare Alley
yourself,
right
sir.
now.
Yeah.
Um, so I've just I've been having this feeling that Nightmare Alley got a Best Picture nomination out of nowhere over Tit Tit Boom, over Being the Ricardos, which got like 3 acting nominations. Um, I think there's a lot of technical support for that movie right now in the Academy, especially, and I think like people are noticing the craftsmanship of that movie. I know you don't really like it, but you have to admit the craftsmanship and the technical,
Hmm.
like the crafts are amazing in that movie.
For sure. For sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it could happen
I don't know, fam. I don't
because I
know,
don't see
Bob.
Dune taking all sits.
I don't see it taking off 6, but I want it to, and I think it'll take production design. This is hard because I know
Hey,
I
Edgar. Yeah, we're Dune's gonna take a lot of nominations, we think.
Edgar. I'm the Dune technical sweep guy. I want it to be king of the technicals. I want it to be another Mad Max. I don't know actually how much Mad Max won. I think they won 5.
It won a few, yeah.
Um, I really want Dune to win production design, but Del Toro is a force in production design. We saw
Exactly.
those
Did
early
Shape of Water
ballots.
win?
I think it did.
Let me check.
Don't quote me on that. Yeah, but I forget what that was. 2018, right?
2017. But
2017.
2018
2018's
Oscars too.
Oscars. 2017. Yeah. God, I hate that. Um, but
No, it's confusing.
very confusing. Man, this is a really up in the air category, but Dune has been winning these so
It
far
did
in the
win production
early.
design. Shape of
the-
Water won.
Okay, great, yeah. Maybe for that reason I'm picking Dune to spread the love, but I hate that. I hate that
Is that
argument where I'm
spreading
like,
the love though? If it's winning like 4 tets already?
I know you're right. I don't know. I'm going with Dune here. I'm sticking with Dune. It won. What did it win? It didn't it win BAFTA production design.
It
Um,
won I think it won BAFTA. And it won I forget what wait, let me check. Because I don't know what won Critics' Choice. So it was something random. Do you remember?
Critics' Choice. Was it random?
I think it might have been West Side Story or was that editing?
Uh, Actually, it might have been West Side Story. Let me see here. Um, no, Critics' Choice. Yeah, Critics' Choice went for Dune. Um, yeah, Dune got Critics' Choice, ADG,
Okay.
BAFTAs. All went for Dune. So, but I don't think
Did
that
Nightmare Alley get any of them?
Nightmare Alley got. Yeah, I didn't get any of them.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
but again, the argument here, like you're saying, is if Dune was to lose out of these, I could see it losing to a Del Toro project.
Yeah.
Nightmare
And
Alley.
like
Yeah.
I think Oscars, the Academy is more in favor of Del Toro, personally. Because Nightmare Alley got Best Picture, you know?
Which is how?
And that
How?
happened nowhere else except I think Critics' Choice.
Mm-hmm. Especially over Tick Tick Boom still. That irks me
Exactly.
into my core.
I like it
Uh,
more personally than Tick Tick Boom, but I know
you're
I'm morbid.
insane.
I know. I don't know. I
Wow.
just love Del Toro. I love his world building.
I love Del Toro too, but he has some hits and he has some misses, and this is in
No, this is
the
not a miss.
I wouldn't say a complete miss, but not great. I don't think it's
Hmm.
a film that comes full circle.
Agree to disagree there, but
Agree to my correct assessment. I think yeah, okay. Um,
so you're saying Dune? You're
I'm
locking it
locking
in?
it in. Dune,
Okay.
punch it, Chewie. Dune.
Are you on Dual Derby?
I am not, sir.
Okay,
I should probably get on
fascinating.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sticking with Matt Morale. I think it's a possibility. Maybe I'll change by Sunday, but we'll see.
Let's see if my peer pressure can work, audience.
Makeup and hairstyling. I think Tammy Faye is winning this in a landslide.
Timmy Faye is getting this, and that's looking good for our girl
Chastain.
Jessica Chastain. Um,
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, we'll get to that. I guess. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Dune had some great stuff. Happy seeing Coming to America in here.
Me
Cruella, of
neither.
course. House of Gucci makes sense. Makes sense. They all make sense here. But Isaac Timmy Faye, I think, got this because
Personally, I think
yeah.
Malignant should have been nominated. Like the Gabriel makeup is
Mm,
incredible.
yeah. Which one would you take out? Would you take out Coming to America? Would you take
I would take
out
out
Gucci?
probably Cruella
Probably Cruella.
or Tammy Faye. I don't know. I don't love her makeup. It's very like I know it's very accurate, but it's not that impressive to me,
Yeah.
especially
I,
compared to like Gucci.
That's true. I think it's very. I mean, comparing the side by side images of her and Tammy Faye, I'm like, wow. I think
I
it
think
says a
it's like
lot.
the over exaggerated version, which is
That's
probably what they're
true.
going for.
Probably,
But
I think that's what they're going for to pop out in the cinemas. Um, yeah, I'll go with Tammy Faye here. I think Tammy Faye's a lock. Has been winning a lot of the precursors for makeup and hairstyling, like Critics' Choice, like BAFTA. So I'll go with that. Are you still muted? You're still muted.
oh, I'm muted. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tammy
Here we
Faye. I think
go.
has this.
Editing. Here we go.
I think it's a big one. What do you think?
Where did this fucking thing go? 20 hours later, we still don't know. I think, do I go for Dune here? The argument for Dune is, oh wait, you have to take Boom here. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
I think,
I
okay, so
think
the
any of
argument
these
is
could win.
any of these
Honestly,
could win.
I think all five should win.
Most film editing goes to Best Picture nominees. I mean, in order to have like to bump up your chances here, Best Picture nominee,
Let me
Best
look at previous
Sound.
winners.
Like I think Best Sound, having the Best Sound
Yeah, best sound
nomination,
is important. Yeah, which I think
which
Dune
Dune is in there, Tick Tick Boom is in there, Power
is
of the
it.
Dog is in there, right? Is Best Sound Tick Tick Boom?
No, just Power of the Dog.
Okay, no, Power of the Dog and Dune. So that boosts up their chances, but then, um, like, do you look at King Richard? King Richard's getting a lot of hype recently
Yeah, it
because it
got the
won the
BAFTA
Ace Award.
nom.
The
It
BAFTA
won the Eddie,
nom.
right?
It won the Ace Eddie Award for Best Drama Editing. Tick Tick Boom won
And
Best Comedy Editing.
yeah, which is really
So
interesting.
that's why Tick Tick Boom and King Richard are hiking up there. King Richard also has a Best Picture nomination. Tick Tick Boom doesn't. So King Richard kind of climbs above Tick Tick Boom there. But then you leave Dune in there. So like, why isn't Dune? It has sound, it has
Dune
good
hasn't won
editing,
a single one
has a
yet.
picture, but
A
yet
single precursor.
exactly.
Like
So you're like,
we all thought it
why?
would sweep, and hasn't won a single one.
It hasn't won a single
So
one.
interesting.
So you might be crossing out Dune. Like if it hasn't won a single precursor, let's cross
I
out
think that
Dune.
could be the one it misses.
And then Don't Look
Like
Up is just
most likely.
Don't Look Up is just out of the picture. I think it's
Yeah.
too
I don't
divisive.
know. I don't know because
I
like
think it's too
the
divisive.
Academy loves Adam McKay.
They do, but I don't think they do as a whole. I don't. Given the voting, I don't know if majority is going to go for Adam
I
here.
forget how editing or how voting works.
I don't think it's I don't think it's
Do
preferential,
each
but
branches only vote on their categories,
they
or
do.
is it everyone votes on every category?
I think it's just each branch for editing, at least.
Okay, wait for the
Um,
tets.
yeah. So yeah, every one of these nominations for editing have Best Picture nominations, except Tick Tick Boom. I think that hurts Tick Tick Boom's chances. And then only
Okay,
two of the four
so
have sound, which is Power of the Dog and Dune, but Dune hasn't been winning anything. Power of the Dog hasn't been winning anything
so
either, really.
every wait, let me check something. Every editing winner since 2011 with Dragon or Girl with the Dragon Tattoo won. Every winner was nominated for Best Picture since then.
Exactly. Tick Tick Boom
So
hasn't.
it's a long running stat, but if any year was going to break that, I think it'd be this year. Because I just don't see Dune winning all sits.
And stats are meant to be broken, especially with the Coda hype this year,
Exactly.
which is going
Especially
to break.
this year when there's gonna be so many stats breaking.
Yeah. I can't see editing going to a movie that hasn't been nominated for Best Picture. That'd be surprising
I
to
think
me.
if any of these were, it would be Tick Tick Boom because it's a musical, because it has the most editing of these nominees, I think.
And to be honest, I think it was number like 11.
Yeah, it was 11 behind Nightmare Alley for sure.
Had to be. I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
And
Um,
I think one of the big reasons I'm sticking with it because that was 101 odds. If I win, that'd
yeah.
be pretty nice. But yeah, I don't know. I just think the Academy, like a lot of that movie has a lot of support in the Academy right now, and they'd like to see it win something. Maybe
I'm sticking with Dune.
Sticking with Dune.
I'm sticking with Dune. God damn it! I'm sticking with Dune. Uh again,
See, this
I
one's
I
so hard
want
because
I
you can
would
make the chase
love
for any of these.
I would love Tick Tick Boom to win. I would love it to win because I want it to
Yeah,
win. I want it to go home with something, with something. And editing is a great
Dune. The
nomination
editing
here.
is Dune is fantastic, man.
It is. And just because it hasn't won any of the, but it hasn't won any of the precursors.
It's so
Not even anything.
weird.
How did King Richard win above that? Is King Richard going to win? I think it easily could.
Maybe.
Ugh. I don't know.
So I think we're counting out Don't Look Up.
For sure. In
And
my
Power of the
opinion.
Dog, I should see that one also as its second award.
I have. I haven't seen any arguments against Power of the Dog.
Yeah, did it win a precursor? It won
It hasn't, right? Or maybe it
did it win
has.
Critics' Choice?
Um, I don't know. I can't find it.
Let me show.
Yeah, since dating back to when Critics' Choice started handing out an editing category in 2009, the Oscar winner has won at least one of the three major precursors. And since you don't 100% need a Best Sound nomination, you could go to King Richard. But it has to win one of those three precursors, and King Richard was one of those.
Oh, it won cinematography at Critics' Choice,
Okay,
which is also fascinating.
makes sense. Critics, they love.
Yeah.
They
But
love.
like, if it made sense, then why do you not give Kristen Stewart the win?
I know, right?
Ran aside.
Yeah. King
That
Richard is
shows
looking
kind of
more and
bullshit
more
sometimes.
likely. But King Richard seems like a stat kind of prediction than like what we're gonna see win kind of
Yeah, that
prediction.
got in for BAFTA too, right?
It sure did. Sure did.
It's interesting.
I think for
I think
editing you just have to go with passion.
right now I'm gonna go with fashion and say Tit Tit Boom.
And I'll go with Dune. I'm going Dune all the way. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if Titik Boom or King Richard wins. So again, Dune, so far in our discussion, might be slipping in terms of production design and editing.
Maybe cinematography also.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll get to it.
But costume design, let's move over. I think we're in agreement.
Cruella.
Cruella. Yep.
Yeah, it has. It
Jordan's-
won. I think it's won most of the precursors, and that movie's all about costumes. Like,
Yeah.
of course, it's gonna win.
Short and sweet. I agree. Cruella.
And the costumes are good too. They're fantastic.
Costumes are really good.
The trash
really
bag dress, like
stunning,
so
surprising. They fit in the context of the movie, which is also very nice.
yeah.
I could see the same thing with Dune, though. Dune is easily the runner-up here.
Yep.
One of my favorites is Rebecca Ferguson's dress as she lands on
Yeah,
Arrakis.
definitely.
Love that
And
outfit.
just the still, they're called still suits, right? They're
I
such cool
agree.
design.
Yeah, really cool. They look simple on the outside, but the design is very, very, very interesting. Um,
Hmm.
and then the other ones are
So
more like contemporary
yeah, I
period.
saw Cyrano. Um, it's an alright film.
Yeah, that's what Carson said
Nothing to
too.
write home about.
I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll skip it
Peter
then.
Dinklage is good, but I mean definitely over Bardem. But
Nicolas
I see why
Cage,
he wasn't nominated.
we'll get to that.
Yeah,
But Cruella, I think Dune can't win it all. If it won here, that'd be great. But I think Cruella is going to take
honestly,
this,
it'd be
and
crazy at this point if it won costumes. It'd
I'd be
probably
surprised.
overperform if it did.
Yeah, I would love that, but no. Yeah,
Okay.
Cruella, get that love, get that gold.
Now we get into probably the most ambiguous
What
of the
a
night.
trio! Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh boy. Here we go. You start us off here with cinematography. You have Dune number one.
I'm still pulling through for Dune. I rewatched that movie. It's fucking stunning.
I concur. I think Dune is extremely stunning, beautiful. Like we talked about, subtle cinematography where, yes, it's a sci-fi movie, but certain action sequences, certain setups, like when they first encounter the sandworm, great cinematography in that scene. A lot of the shots are just beautiful. The behind the scenes work. They've been campaigning a lot
Yeah,
for
they've been
cinematography for
campaigning for a
Dune.
lot of these texts, but especially
Hmm.
for Greg Fraser.
As they should. Oh, this is Greg Fraser, right? This is Greg
Hmm.
Fraser, and I think it only helps that
That Batman came out,
the Batman came
and
out.
everyone
Most
loves it.
critics like it.
Yeah,
They like Greg Fraser, very up and coming, fantastic cinematographer. I think that only helps
but
Dune.
another narrative going against it would be Ari Wagner for Power of the Dog, the first woman to win cinematography, which would be really cool too.
That's sick. That hasn't happened yet,
I know,
man.
right?
Now I
Rachel
feel
Morrison
bad,
for like Mudbound and Black Panther. Oh my god, she was so good.
man. Really good, really great stuff. Power of the
And
Dog.
fucking for Marathon for Portrait. I know. Well, quick aside right here. Portrait of Waiting Fire should have been nominated for it so much more. It wasn't
Oh
even nominated
yeah,
for international
insane.
because it
France.
wasn't so stupid.
France is really that was a French film, right?
France fucked up on that
France dropped the
area.
ball recently. They Portrait, and then they dropped the ball with this year's.
They picked Titan, but the Academy just didn't like it.
Oh, they did pick Titan. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought France dropped the ball, but yeah, the Academy dropped the ball. Yeah, this could
I think
again.
between those two though, I don't
It
see
could
anything else
go.
winning.
It could go either way. Critics love their subtle cinematography in both these movies. Power of the Dog is just again that shot of like, what do you see on the mountain? Um,
Gorgeous moment. Oh my
Great
god.
moment, right, dude? And you're looking at it like, what do they see? Like,
Ugh.
what's the meaning behind the
The
scene? And then
foreshadowing that moment, then it comes back and he.
it
Oh
comes
my
back
god,
full
so good,
circle. Man, cinema, right?
right?
I love Power of the fucking Dog.
I rewatched that a few days ago.
I saw your
I
tweet.
really
You're like
enjoyed it,
SpongeBob
but
GIF
this
cinema.
rewatch is that's one of those movies where you rewatch and this opens itself even more to yourself. Like it's a different movie in a way. It's so
Yeah,
interesting.
and people say like Power of the Dog's a film that you appreciate more than you actually love. I disagree a little bit. I love it and
Yeah, I
appreciate
love
it.
that movie.
Um, but in terms of appreciation, that might give some votes to cinematography. I'll go with I'm the Dune Hive guy. I'll stick with Dune, which means I think I'm taking it for cinematography,
Honestly,
editing,
I might change it right now
sound. No, wow, are you doing it?
because
Are you doing it?
I don't have Power of the Dog for anything else, and I don't see it only winning director. That makes no
You're
sense.
right. We've got to talk about that. We forgot to talk about that. Yeah, that's a
It has to
fantastic
win
argument.
something. It's
That's a
not going to be
fantastic
Cumberbatch.
argument.
It's not going to be. I don't think it'll be screenplay.
No,
Like, fuck it,
it
I'm
could
changing it
easily
right now.
win screenplay. It could easily win screenplay.
I don't
Actually,
know. I mean,
I mean, it didn't
because
win. It didn't win WGA, but it wasn't nominated.
wasn't nominated. It wasn't
Coda only
eligible.
beat It didn't even beat Lost Daughter. Lost Daughter wasn't nominated. It beat Dune, so
No.
Dune's out of the picture. But and Coda has a lot of passion. But we'll get to it. Anyways,
I mean, let's just
I
get to it right now. Like these three we'll
yeah.
just talk about because they're the
Okay,
most
cool.
fascinating.
Yeah. Ugh, that again, Josh. That's gonna be the main argument going into Sunday. Is Power of the Dog a movie with 12 nominations going to walk
Yeah.
away with just one?
Has the film
I
done that?
um,
La La Land got several.
of course, got Lawling got the text.
Yeah.
Um, Trying
I
to
don't
think
know my
here.
classics history much. I only know like the past decade.
How much did Argo win? I don't think Argo was nominated for a lot though.
Let me check.
Um, Trying to think here. Another argument we could make. Roma. The
Roma won director and cinematography at least.
director and cinematography. Oh, just like that's the argument we're making here.
Exactly, it could be Roma.
It
It
could be
could
a
very
Roma
well be Roma.
situation. People compare Roma a lot to Power of the Dog. I think Power of the Dog's
Yeah.
a way better movie than Roma.
Hey, no.
Oh,
I
you like
think Roma's
Roma?
fantastic.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Only
You
saw it
like it?
once. Only saw it once.
It's definitely like a slower movie, but it's
Yeah,
like it's a challenging movie. But I really liked it.
it's not Children of Men. I know that for sure.
I still haven't seen that. I really need to watch that.
Great movie. Man, Josh, now you have me doubting
I know,
myself.
right? Because
But I
I don't
see
see a sequel.
cinematography. I see cinematography. I see the word cinematography, and I just think Dune. Dune is the first thing that comes to mind. When I'm filling out my basketball ballot, I see the word cinematography. I'm checking off Dune. It's the first thing that comes to my
So
mind.
what
Just
if it
as
gets editing then?
instinct. Power,
Yeah,
then it's winning Best Picture, I think.
I don't know because you don't. That's true. Yeah.
You don't have to. You don't have to. But last year when
If it's
Parasite won
that
editing, I
close,
thought it was a lock. Yeah. If they're that
Parasite didn't
close.
win editing though.
It didn't win
Did it?
editing? I thought it
Yeah.
did. Oh, never mind then. I thought it did.
Wait. Let me go back.
Um,
I think 1917 one.
oh, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Best editing 2019 or 2020. Um, I don't know. Shoot. Oh, it went to Ford v Ferrari actually,
Oh right, that made sense.
which makes a
That's the
lot of
most
sense.
editing.
That makes
Yeah.
Um, Josh, why you have me
That
doubt
is
myself on
because
live TV?
Oscars like the most editing. I think Dune would make sense there, or Tinted Boom.
Yeah, now I'm going back on editing. I love Dune, but do I go? Do I take it for editing? It hasn't win any of the precursors. If it was going to win, it would have won one. You know
Exactly
what?
right.
Fuck it. King Richard's winning best editing.
Really?
I can't go ticket boom. I can't. I want to badly. That's a passion pick, but it's not even for
Hmm.
best. I feel like it would have to.
But it is a sports movie, like Ford v Ferrari, and I think they're just
Good
yeah.
point. I'll go
Did
King
I-20
Richard.
win editing? I know it was nominated.
I think it was nominated. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Um, Dunkirk won, which made sense,
Boo.
right?
Snooze. Are we two Dunkirk not on
Yeah,
Dunkirk
we're the two
fans?
in our group that don't like it.
Everyone, the ones that are on the podcast, ha, they can't say anything. Watch Edgar dump into chat. Um, but oh man, so yeah, editing King Richard, cinematography Dune. I'm switching it up. If Dune's losing one, it's editing for sure. But then does Power of the Dog walk away with one win?
Sadly, I don't see that.
Fuck.
That's not a
Could it
possibility to
win
me. I don't.
Best
That's
Picture?
not likely.
No, fuck it. I want Dune to win cinematography so badly. Just in my veins, I want it to win cinematography because I think
Let me see.
that's the appeal for Dune. That's the appeal for Dune.
Okay. What am I to do here? I think that might. I'm gonna edit this real quick.
Do 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 do.
Okay, I did it.
You did it. You did it. You did
I did
it.
it.
Is there any money in this for you? Is just like for fun?
No, it's just for
Okay.
fun. In California, you can't really bet on stuff.
Gotcha. Is that a state law?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was looking at it earlier today because I saw people on Twitter like saying they were doing bets, but nope, I can't.
Okay. So cinematography, I'll stick with. Do I? It's one of those two. You know what? In
Would
my
Dune
head,
lose too? Then I think it could.
I'm sticking with Dune. Let's go.
Really?
Move on before I change my
You're
mind.
thinking Power John's just to win one.
Yep.
Yep.
Unfortunately, even though I think it's an
Interesting. That would be so
unbelievably
wild. That
amazing.
does happen. If it goes from the front runner to just winning one award, that'd be wild.
Move on before I change my mind.
Okay, screenplays.
Screenplay. You have no
Yep,
way,
I have
Josh.
it. I did it. I'm doing
Josh.
it. It's my passion pitch this
Josh.
year. It's my passion pitch this year.
Josh.
I'm going with it. I think there's a lot of support for that movie. We saw it with BAFTAs. We saw it with the Denning screenplay. I
You know
think it was
what?
close to being picture. I think it was like in top 12, right behind Did Boom.
I'm gonna hate myself. I'm not betting anything, but I'm gonna hate myself if I don't pick Belfast here. But you know what, Josh?
Really?
But you know what, Josh?
Are you gonna do it?
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Yes.
I'm
Let's
doing
do
it.
it.
We're doing worst person in the world. We're doing
Hell
worst person in
yeah.
the world. I think it is easily
Oh, by far the best
the
screenplay
best
here.
screenplay here. I think next to King Richard. But I think
Yeah.
odds wise, I think you have a right assortment here.
I got it. I got the good odds for this one. So Derby Awards is like, the odds really change, and I got it at a good time. I got 101 is the most like the furthest away odds you can get. So it means you get like 200 points with that.
Yeah.
So if I win,
yeah, that'd be great.
Points.
And I think in terms of the order, I think you're right. I think if it's not worst person, of course, their passion, but I think Belfast statistically has a higher chance. And then, of course, Adam McKayla for Don't Look Up, Licorice
The
Pizza.
WGA win over Licorice
WG,
Pizza definitely
yeah,
like
so
solidified it.
that knocks away Licorice Pizza for sure. King Richard hasn't won anything much, and
Yeah,
screenplay.
it wasn't really in the running.
No, it wasn't really running, but it's nominated here because it is a Best Picture nominee.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think King Richard has a very good screenplay as well, though. So yeah, worst person, I'm with you. I'm with you,
Let's
buddy.
do it.
I don't
Let's
think
do
it's
it.
gonna happen, but I would love it too, and I wouldn't be.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about it
shocked.
on Twitter, and like those anonymous ballots
Yeah.
really got me going. And like, I think it might happen. If
It
it
might
does
happen.
happen, like, I'm so fucking
We
wild.
we get to
Because
run
that's one
wild.
of my favorite movies of the year, and it getting a win would be insane.
I concur. Yeah. Yeah. Worst person. I'm going with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Now adapted.
now adapted, which might be even harder, right?
It's between 2 instead of the 5, or instead of the 3, but
look at my
it's really hard.
reasonings. So,
I think Coda won BAFTA. It won WGA, right?
yeah.
What won USC Stripter?
I think
I forgot.
Coda. Let me
Coda?
see here.
That was before Coda's like run though, so it might have been part of the dog.
Where is my doc animated screenplay adapted? Okay, so
Lost Daughter won.
Oh yeah, Lost Daughter. Lost Daughter. That's why Lost Daughter. You have it at 4 actually. I think Lost Daughter's 3.
Really?
In terms of
I don't know. I could see an upset with Try My Tar. Like I said, international support's growing, and those anonymous ballots are really interesting.
I don't think international support is growing as much as you think it is. And
that one's less likely than Worst Person, easily.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Yeah, I respect Dune's screenplay.
Right, like Dune's
so
last year,
more.
but I think it's so impressive. Like they did the unimaginable. Like
I love Coda. I adore Coda. Do I think it's the best
Coda.
screenplay
out of
Coda? Oh, interesting. I love Coda. I think it's a 5 out of 5 movie. But to be fair, do I think it is a better screenplay than these nominees?
Power of the Dog. easily.
I don't. Power of the Dog and Dune.
And Drive My Car.
Dune's just a rich novel with very complex themes and arcs and everything. So I think Dune is very difficult to adapt. I think Dune, Drive My Car. I haven't even seen Lost Daughter, but it might have a better screenplay. I mean, if it's winning all
Personally, I'd
these,
put Coda last here.
yeah, I could see that. Like,
Yeah.
where would you put
I'd
Lost
probably
Daughter?
I'd probably say Power of the Dog, Drive My Car. No, Drive My Car number one, actually. That's what they did with that film. It's 3 hours
Yeah.
and like the conversations are so fascinating. Then I'd probably say Lost Daughter, then Dune, then Coda.
Yeah, and I think so. Arguments for Coda. They want to reward the director, uh,
Sean Hader.
Sean Hader, because they know she's not winning Best Director.
Yeah.
Fair. Coda hype for Best Picture rising. Fair. Coda winning, um, Coda winning
WGA,
BAFTA and
BAFTA.
WGA. Big
Yeah.
wins for Coda. That's why it's number one here.
What one? Golden Globe? Was that Power of the Dog?
I think it was
Yeah.
probably.
But it doesn't really matter
Doesn't
at this
matter.
point. That was like that feels like a year away at this point, or a year ago.
Exactly. Nicole
It's
Kidman could win
crazy.
Best Actress. So, but on the other hand, to con Coda, to give some negatives, if Coda were an original screenplay, I'd hype it up even more. But it's not. It's an
Yeah.
adapted screenplay. I think in terms of adaptation, I haven't seen the
What's it
original.
adapted from?
No clue. I think an international film, maybe.
Really?
I'm not sure. I could be completely wrong. But I just think in terms of adapted screenplay, I don't think it's as skilled as Power, Dune. I mean, I haven't even seen Gemma Carr Lost Daughter, but it probably is less so than those. But the hype behind
Oh, it's adapted from a real story.
real story. Okay.
Wait, and an international film also, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the conversation we had a couple minutes ago where you were like, is Power of the Dog only going to get one? If it
Yeah,
was
it's
going to get the
either
other one,
true.
it
Oh my
could
god.
be adapted, unlike cinematography. So
Let
that's
me
why I'm
look at
sticking with
past screenplay winners real quick.
great. I think in terms of cinematography, that's why I'm sticking with Dune, and I'm thinking Power of the Dog is my best adapted screenplay win.
Yeah.
No, but those two award wins on
See,
BAFTA and WGA.
here's what I'm thinking. If Coda wins Best Picture, it's winning all three awards. I don't see it only winning two. I see it's either all or nothing.
But
Except
two is not
Oscar's gonna win.
surprising. You can win on supporting in a picture.
I know, but like with
But
screenplay, with it getting that many precursors, why not they just give it to that?
screenplay, we'll lock it in. Yeah, if Oscar night, if at 8:30 it wins best adapted screenplay, we'll say, oh, it's winning best picture.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
the make or break line, I think, for Coda.
I
If
think
adapted
so.
screenplay goes to Coda, it's a wrap for best picture. If screenplay goes to Power of the Dog, it's a
It's
race,
still
buddy.
it's still
It's a
possible.
race.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's still
it's less
possible,
likely.
but less likely. So that's gonna be the cutoff. That's gonna be the interesting reaction shot there. Um, future hype it up for the
Okay, so the
podcast there.
father won last year over Nomadland, which is interesting. That's really interesting.
What Nomadland won cinematography though, didn't
No,
it?
Maint won. That was
Oh
like the
yeah,
big
you're right.
surprise. Yeah,
What did Nomadland win? Best picture,
actress
director,
and picture
picture,
and
director,
director.
actress.
Yeah,
So picture, director, actress. Power of the Dog could win director and supporting actor.
Coda did win supporting actor,
I mean,
screenplay,
Coda. I mean,
actor,
Coda winning
picture.
picture, supporting actor, not Power of the Dog. Ugh, man. Do I
Oh,
go?
interesting. Jojo Rabbit won 2019 over
So
Irishman, Joker, Two Popes, Little Women.
yeah, adapted screenplay doesn't go to picture to things that just win
Because
Best
it's
Picture.
screenplay awards usually are the
Hmm.
ones where they take more risks with
I
winners and
agree. I
nominations.
agree. I before that, for that. But then I think Jojo Rabbit was also
Black
winning.
Klansman won infamously. Spike Lee's first Oscar,
Jojo Rabbit,
2018.
Black Klansman, those nominees. I think I can. It
Is
would be hard to.
Coda.
It would be hard to find these on the
I
podcast
think
live.
Coda would be that win this year.
I could, and I think those
Or
nominees.
Drive My Car even.
Yeah, I think those nominees won precursors. I think they won a WGA. I think Jojo Rabbit won WGA award.
Did it?
I think so for best adapted.
Call Me by
But
Your Name won 2017. Moonlight won 2016. So it doesn't usually line up except for Moon Knight.
yeah, I could
But that
see
was a surprise. So Big
I
Short
can't see
won.
it losing. I can't see Coda losing for one of those precursors, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Precursors don't really fully matter, but a BAFTA win for adapted screenplay is big. Adapted win
Yeah.
for screenplay is big. I'm with you. I'm still with Coda. Sorry, never mind. Power of the
Yeah.
Dog. Power of the Dog might lose.
I'm thinking Try My Car now.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Or even Lost Daughter. Like that movie has support. It won scripter. It
Lost
won
Daughter
at
is
least
a
one.
dark horse for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if it won.
Yeah.
If you have money on Lost
If
Daughter,
that was
then
like, yeah, that lines up with like Jojo Rabbit and other things.
um,
Let me see what the precursors that Jojo Rabbit had.
I just can't see Coda losing at this point. Um, yeah, I can't see Coda losing. The hype is
Yeah, I
too
don't know.
big. Power of the Dog. I'm sorry. I have to go with Coda. I was part of me
You're
a couple
watching
seconds
him.
ago was going Power of the Dog. I think it can win the other nomination here. I wouldn't be surprised if it won, but for my
It
predictions,
won BAFTA. Jojo Rabbit won BAFTA.
okay, yeah. So
So I think Coda's.
I think Coda's a lock.
Yeah.
Not a lock, but I think Coda's in my lead here. So I think we're right. I come around. So Coda for adapted. Original, we're going worst person
We're
as a
going with
passing
it.
pitch.
Worst person in the
We're going
world.
with it. We're just gonna go with it. And cinematography, I have Dune. I have Dune.
Dude, it would be such a disappointment if Belfast won. Oh my god, that would be so upsetting.
I think it's going to. It will be upsetting. That'll be our big sigh moment of the
Yeah.
podcast.
I don't
I
know
know.
because we're going with it. Let's
We're
just
going with it. I
hope for
think,
the
yeah.
best.
Yeah. Let's go for hope.
Okay,
Rebellions are
so we're
built on
locking
hope.
in Pop of the Dog cinematography. Worst person, original, adapted, Coda.
Yeah. So
Right?
far, I think so far our disagreement comes
You're
with the
doing with
cinematography
yeah.
and
Okay.
editing, I think.
If it's gonna win
Editing, would
something,
you
I think it's
have?
cinematography. I
Editing, you
did
should
it
have Tick Tick
film.
Boom. Yeah. Editing, I
Yeah.
should have Dune. Or, no, I think I moved to King Richard for editing?
You did, yeah.
I moved to King Richard for editing, and that's why I'm still with Dune for cinematography. Okay. So, yeah.
Okay.
Man, that's tough.
Remember 2 weeks ago when we thought all of these were like so easy?
Yeah, Dune's gonna win
It's
editing
so
easily. Now
interesting.
Dune's like, if Dune was gonna win something, it would have won somewhere.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but yeah,
Okay,
now let's get into
now
some easy stuff here.
these are conveniently they're in the row, so these are all locks.
Yeah, Troy, Ariana, Will. If they lose, I'll be surprised. But
It'd be one of the biggest surprises in Oscars, I think, ever. If one of these
Troy,
loses.
Troy, get that speech ready.
Yeah.
Ariana, Will, get those speeches ready.
Will's gonna be a good moment because that's more of a career win.
I agree, but I also think King
He's still
Richard is.
fantastic too. Yeah.
I think he's unbelievable in King Richard. I love him a lot in that movie. It's just it's a driven father, great like performance. Andrew Garfield gives a great performance, but I also like Andrew Garfield in a number of other things as well. As to
Yeah.
like him in what's the war movie by Mel Gibson?
Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge, man, might be
It
my
was
favorite
great.
of his.
Really?
Um, might be. I just love Hacksaw Ridge so much.
He had another film last year called
Silence
Main
also very
Screen.
good.
That was really good. He was
Oh
fantastic
yeah,
in it.
you like that one? Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. The movie was interesting. It wasn't great, but he was incredible in it.
Mm.
It
But
was
then
Gia Coppola who directed it.
look at Best Supporting Actor. They nominated Jesse Plemons. There's a lot of love for Power of the
I
Dog. At
know.
that, but that was at the point of Oscar nominations.
That's before The Rise of Coda.
Feelings change, and I think the tides are turning despite all
Yeah.
these nominations. Yeah,
Holy
I
shit!
think
Sorry, I
despite
just saw something.
despite all these nominations, I think Troy's winning Coda. Ariana West Side Story, which is great. I think she was a bright spot of West Side Story, and I like the movie a lot.
Yeah, she was on the highlights.
Anjanou Ellis, though, if she won, I would be very
She'd
happy. I
be,
think
yeah.
she's great. If
This
Kirsten
might
Dunst
work though.
won,
I think Dunce is fantastic.
yeah. Hmm.
But
I
Judy Dench,
agree.
what were they thinking?
I'm shocked. Even for both you and I don't love Belfast, but even you and I agree. Katrina Balfe,
Katrina Balfe is the best part of that movie.
her and
And the kid,
no, what's the father? From
Syrian
50
Hines.
Shades. No,
What? Oh, Jimmy Dornan. Yeah, he's
Jimmy
great.
Dornan, I think, was my favorite performance of that movie. I
Yeah.
actually liked Jimmy Dornan a lot, and he wasn't even nominated. They did J.K. Simmons and
Oh
Syrian
my
Hines
god.
instead. Um, I don't think J.K. has even talked about that
I
movie.
forgot, right? People always forget that he was even nominated.
But he's doing Batgirl. He's doing good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think not much to say about these at all. It's a
These are a
lock.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, this is it already? Are we here?
We're here. Best
Oh,
actress. I'm doing it. I'm doing Penelope Cruz.
wow!
Yep. This is the Hopkins thing where this one from the ballots seems the most likely to actually translate because I've heard a lot of buzz for her this week, a lot of hype and a lot
Josh,
of
don't do this
passion,
to me.
and it made sense. Like Chastain, I could see that there's not as much passion for her. I wouldn't be surprised. And this something feels right about Penelope Cruz.
Josh, don't do this to me. I saw 15 people's reactions on Twitter, and then I'm picking Penelope Cruz. Are you insane?
Yes,
It's
I'm
Jessica
insane.
Chastain. It's
Look what
Jessica
happened last year
Chastain.
with Hopkins.
But Hopkins won a BAFTA. Like,
That's true, but
Hopkins
still,
won a
this year's
BAFTA.
different.
Yeah, I agree. This year is going to be a fucked up and different Oscars, both in terms of ceremony and wins. I
Yeah,
I think I just don't see a world where Penelope Cruz wins. I don't see it. The hype was that she won or she got nominated.
I don't know.
Stewart, yes, Stewart above
I do.
Chastain.
Yes, I think those
Josh,
are the two surprises that should happen.
Josh.
This is the category that's like I guarantee is gonna be a surprise. I don't think
But
Chastain's winning.
you know what though? No, my head is Chastain. My heart is Stewart. I think those are
Yeah,
1 and 2.
definitely. I don't know. I think
Can we
the
count out
ballots are
Olivia
doing something to
Colman?
me.
Can we count out Olivia Colman?
No, we never count out Olivia
Never
Colman.
count her out, right? So
She could easily steal this
she could
again.
easily. This category turned into a fucked
It's
up.
so interesting that we thought it was locked 2 weeks ago, or
But
even last week.
but even last week, SAG goes to
Yeah,
Chastain. Critics' Choice goes to Chastain. I know you don't believe much in Critics' Choice, but in terms of stats, Critics' Choice winners usually repeat here.
that's true.
Um, do I go for a passion pick again
Are you gonna
with
do it?
Stewart?
If it wasn't for those ballots, I'd be going to Stewart. Because I don't see Chastain winning.
I'm going Chastain.
I don't see her winning for this
Mm,
movie. I know it has a makeup nomination, and it's probably to have a win, but I don't know. I don't get it. I don't have that feeling.
I think, in my opinion, I think a lot of people were also confused of what to go for. They saw the last 2 weeks. They're like, I think now that the tide's turning, and now I know who to vote for. I think a lot of people didn't know.
Exactly. It's still up in the air.
It's still up in the air, but once they saw Chastain winning, they're like, okay, then I think I'll just vote for Chastain.
I
I
don't
think that's
know.
I can
Oscars
see a
don't
lot
do
of people.
that.
I can see a lot of people doing that though. Like
Oscars don't usually like
if
follow
there's
that trend.
if there's a tie, if there's a trend. Daniel Kaluuya was a trend. Ariana DeBose is a trend. Like
Unless, yeah,
these are
but those are like
trends
clear lots though. If
because
it's
they were
up in the air, they
trends.
usually go like Hopkins
That's
or something
true.
else.
No, Best Actor wasn't up in the air last year though. I don't
Yeah, it
think
was
between
Hopkins and Bozeman.
because of the BAFTA, I guess. But
Yeah, and the ballots, those ballots.
you're putting way too much stock in ballots.
These two categories, like
15 people's
screenplay and
ballots.
in this one. Like
Um,
I have a belief that never count those out. I know it's only a small sample, but like those can lead to bigger, like what the Academy is feeling.
right now, I'm saying count them out, and if I'm wrong, you can spit in my face on Sunday night. I
I
don't.
just like look at Parasite, look at Anthony Hopkins. I know those had more precursors, but it's a messy year Look at Coda. That hasn't won a single Best Film award. And it's no one picture.
Man, I don't know now. I'm sticking with Chastain though.
Really?
It's Chastain, 2 is Stewart. I'd love for Stewart to win, but there is a world where Chastain does not win, and if there is a world where Chastain doesn't win, it will not be Penelope Cruz. That's my
Do
bet.
you want to make a
That's my
bet?
bet. That's
You
my
want to make a
bet.
bet?
How much?
$5.
$5. Five
Let's do
dollars.
it.
$5. Live on air handshake.
You say anyone but Penelope Cruz,
Anyone
right?
but easily anyone but Penelope Cruz. But I think Chastain's winning. If it's not Chastain, it will
It's Stewart.
not be Penelope Cruz.
Who is it if it's not Chastain?
It's Stewart.
Stewart.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Stewart.
That's where my brain goes, but I'm just sticking with my heart. My this. I don't know. Those ballots, man. Those do something to me.
Yeah, I bet they do. Somebody put a gun to your head, say this on air.
It's just like it's just the pattern that's happening this past couple of years.
Yeah. And then, that's gonna be an exciting one. Hopefully, they save that for last instead of after.
I'm so excited that this ceremony is like actually. There's so many categories that are up in the air now.
Yeah, we just talked about actress, cinematography, editing, production design,
Picture, like
screenplay,
pictures are up in the air this year. It's so exciting.
picture.
And
Again, we
last year it was
said
like Nomadland swept.
if adapted screenplay wins Power of the Dog, then it'll be.
It was like Parasite. Parasite won screenplay. Right? Holy shit, it's happening.
Like, holy shit, is happening exactly. So, best director though, easy, Jane Campion.
Oh yeah, I don't think anything's. I should probably swap
Spielberg at the bottom.
I didn't change this. I'm going to change that later.
But I think
PTA would probably swap with Spielberg at this point.
Yep, I agree, and then everything else remains the same. But picture. Is Power of the Dog going to walk away with nothing? Once again, we have to have the conversation.
With the director.
No, I think picture. Director's over. Director's Justine Campion, I think. It's a lock.
You mean actress? Wait, what?
No, I'm talking about best picture. Like, Power of the Dog could win best picture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think you agree with best director, right? That we're done.
Oh yeah. That's a lock.
Best picture. And one of the things, I don't know if you watch like the Oscar experts on YouTube.
I do. One of my favorites. They're awesome.
They're great. They said, "Can you see a world where it's like, and best picture goes to
Coda.
Power of the Dog?" It's like
Power of the Dog. Yeah,
it doesn't sound right. But I love it. It's a great movie. It would feel right. It would make sense.
It's not the passion pick.
It's not the passion pick. And a lot of these things are passion picks. Like Nomadland was both the passion and the right choice. I think Nomadland's a great movie. A lot of these other
movies, that was before this year. Or like,
yeah,
Nomadland was passion.
And Nomadland was passion because like first female director. Yeah,
it was like one of the first like big independent movies to sweep.
Exactly. And the passion was very much behind Chloe Zhao as well. Like, we want to see her get on stage again.
Definitely.
So, yeah, best picture. Man. Can Coda defy the odds? The movie with 3 nominations.
As you can see, I think it's going to win.
3 nominations. And it'll win all 3 of them. Yeah. Could it win? I think it could. Sorry, Power. Personally,
I think Power of the Dog should be winning this in landslide. As far as if I would choose.
Wow. Did you ever rewatch Coda?
I did. I watched it right before Power of the Dog, and it's good.
Man, that song at the end though.
The song should have been nominated. Beyond the Shore.
I agree.
I don't know. I just like. It's a more emotional movie, but I think there's this It's just good. It's good. It's solid.
You're insane. Do you like Nightmare Alley more than Coda?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
I would put Coda honestly, out of these nominations, it would be second to last. No. Above Belfast and Don't Look Up.
Okay. Interesting.
Wait, actually, let me bring up my water bots real quick.
Cool.
I'm just gonna
Um,
take this away real quick.
I think I have to go with Coda. I adore that movie so much. I think the wave of Coda is astonishing. It's an underdog. It's a very great movie. It's simple yet complex. It's relatable. A lot
Yeah,
of people can be like, I see myself in this movie. I see myself
it's
in
the
this
Parasite
situation.
pick.
It's a Parasite pick. Parasite's just a feat of filmmaking. Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect movie. Um, and if Coda wins, it'll be another year where a movie I gave 5 out of 5 won. I didn't give Nomadland 5 out of 5. I gave Nomadland like a 4.5 out of 5. I think it's
I switched it to 5 after we watched that movie's beautiful.
yeah, Nomadland. Oh, you gave Nomadland a 5.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't rewatched it, but I really
Here's my
like
ranking
Nomadland.
for best pictures this year.
Dune, West Side. Oh, West Side Above Power. Interesting.
Yep,
Um,
love that movie.
Nightmare Drive, Licorice, Coda, King. Don't Look Up. Oh, great list. Um, I like that list a lot. But I would just put Power above West Side. I would put Coda above West Side. Put King Richard above West Side.
The Nightmare Alley would be at like the bottom for you.
Yeah. No.
It has to be above Belfast, right?
Above Belfast. Above Don't Look Up.
Yeah.
Um, but I just think Tick Tick Boom should have been in there. Where are you,
Yeah,
Tick Tick
definitely.
Boom? Where art thou, Tick Tick Boom? Um,
Okay, yeah. So,
I think
are we both gonna watch Coda?
Coda's going to win picture and
What if
supporting.
something else wins? What do you think
It'll be
it would
Power of
be?
the Dog. It'll be Power of the
No,
Dog.
besides those two.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I'm thinking Dune, maybe.
statistically, it'll be Belfast, but
Yeah.
not even statistically. Why
Belfast has
Belfast?
dropped so hard though.
I think Belfast has dropped so hard. I think Dune would because
Yeah, it has the most
appreciation.
nominations. It's the
Yeah.
blockbuster.
Hell, maybe King Richard could as well.
Yeah, people have been saying that.
Um, Dune or King Richard, if it's not those two. But hey, we didn't talk about it, but Apple or Netflix are going to be very happy on
Yeah,
Sunday.
it's crazy. Yeah, most likely, first time a Best Picture nominee is going to the streamer.
Going all the way back to Beast of No Nation in like what, 2012, 13, like
Was
that.
that nominated?
No, but it was like one of those
It was
movies
like the
where
first big
the
Netflix movie. Yeah.
conversation got started there, where it's like, oh, Netflix is going actually in to make some
It's crazy that
quality movies.
Netflix has been working for a decade, yet Apple's gonna win it first, most likely.
I know. But to be fair, Coda is a movie
It was bought
first,
by a streamer.
bought
Yeah.
by a streamer. Power of the Dog was built from the ground up on Netflix,
Produced by Netflix. Yeah.
produced by Netflix. Apple just bought it. So technically, Coda, that might help Coda's chances even more. Not that people care
Yeah, I think
anymore.
that would. That's definitely a
Um,
factor. I think.
yeah. I think people are well beyond
Those
the
old
streaming stuff.
old grouchy Academy members don't want to give it to a streamer. Yet
Yeah.
Coda is technically not a streamer.
Yeah. They might not be thinking about that, but either way, Coda is our best picture
I
winner.
mean, some
That
of
is
those old
me.
fuckers might.
Yeah, probably.
My classic Hollywood should be winning every year.
uh, yeah, I see Coda winning.
Yeah,
That's it. I see Coda winning. This was fun.
this was fun.
There's a lot of. I can't wait to see cinematography. I can't wait to see editing. I can't wait to see
I
adapted. I can't wait to see
know.
original. There's a lot of ones that I'm like,
Editing is the
usually.
fucking pre-show too,
Oh, gross! They're
so we're
still
gonna
doing
find out their
that.
Twitter.
Why are they still doing that?
They're standing by it too. Fucking stupid.
Finding out on Twitter is the worst part about that, too.
That's why, if you're watching this, we might go live an hour early if you're down, because
What
so
time
we
was
could
that?
see
What time is the ceremony? Is it
4, so that'd be 7 for you,
oof, 7? I guess I
or
gotta get
maybe
finished.
like 4:30.
I gotta finish grading my stuff early on Sunday, but okay.
But it's like it'd be fun to see those live.
It would be. Yeah. So
It's
yeah,
so stupid.
would reaction school? So yeah, you want to go live on 7, or would be live from 7 to 12?
I guess so. No,
How long are the Oscars? Usually 8 to 11.
it's yeah.
8 to 11. So 7 to like 11:15. They usually go 15 minutes over.
Yeah, if you want to come later, that's fine. But
We'll see what
we'll talk
happens.
about it.
I think I'm not doing anything Sunday night, but um, just work. But yeah. So this is gonna be fun.
It's
The
gonna be
ones
interesting. I'm just so happy that it's an interesting Oscars and not just like a predictable one.
it is. I think again, these are good list of nominees. I like West Side Story. I like Dune. I like Power of the Dog. I like Coda. There's some
Yeah.
iffy ones like Nightmare, Licorice, Don't Look
Everyone's saying
Up.
this is like a weak Best Picture lineup. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty solid,
Oh yeah.
except for like 3, personally.
I think last year. I don't think last year was super as strong as people would like to talk about it, like it was.
I really liked the nominees last year. Judas, Sound of Metal, The Father, Nomadland.
Now you're swinging me above it.
What else came out?
I think Judas is a 4 to 5 movie. Um,
Really?
yeah, I don't love the movie as much as I love the performance
I
for
love Judas.
Judas.
That's like one of my favorites from last year. From
Nomadland
this
is
year, technically.
great. Nomadland reminded me of The Revenant, where probably even less so than Revenant. I love Nomadland. I like it a lot. I won't revisit it as much as I'll revisit
Yeah,
Power of
definitely.
the Dog or Coda or Dune, especially. Or yeah. So, but 2019 was a great year. Great year.
That's probably the best year for Best Picture. That was insane.
2016 too, though. 2016 and 2019.
Yeah.
2016 had me with Arrival, La La Land, Moonlight. Fuck.
That was so good.
Just those three alone are great. Um, man. Man. Yeah,
Oscars are a fun time.
they are fun times. It always gets to the part of the year. We're in March, and can Batman? Can we be here a year from now and having Batman? I doubt it, but
Let's just talk a little bit about that real quick.
okay,
What do
cool.
you anything you thinking is gonna be nominated next year?
White Noise sticks out from my boy Noah Baumbach.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Adam Driver fan. I hope he gets part of the Oscar celebrations again. He kind of missed out this year with he could have had it for Gucci or Last Duel or
Mm.
um, the other one, the musical,
And that
in that. But he missed out. So I hope Adam's back next year. But White Noise,
Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah.
Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon,
Then I think I'm just saying already the front runner, Babylon, Damon Chazelle.
Babylon. It could be, or it
Easily
could
my
be
most
another First Man.
anticipated. Hey, you don't like First Man?
I love First Man, but do the
Oh,
Academy
you're
love
saying it's
First
like the
Man?
snub. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. Not I
I
love
don't
First
know
Man. I don't
because
think First
that
Man was Best Picture worthy though.
Babylon's
But
about old Hollywood.
so was La La Land, baby.
That
But
got nominations.
nomination, yes. I think Babylon nominated lock basically, right? Um, Babylon, but for
Barbie.
those Barbie
Is
would be
Barbie
crazy.
gonna be the Best Picture nominee?
Ryan Gosling for Barbie.
Greta Gerwig
Um,
directing and writing.
what a crazy combination. My boy is back from 2017. Yorgos Lanthimos,
Yes,
whatever you say
Poor
his last name.
Things. Emma
Um,
Stone's in that, right?
Emma Stone returns. I know she's been out of acting. She is pregnant. She had her baby. Congratulations. I think she is she. Did she have her kid yet?
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure. But she's been pregnant, so she hasn't been acting as much. I say that in Cruella last year, but Cruella was filmed like in 2019,
Yeah.
early 2019. But yeah,
Let me go to my whereabouts list. Actually, might as well just do it right here.
I think some of the we saw Sundance. I don't think a lot of these. Oh,
Cha Cha Real Smooth is the big one. I
Coda
think
could
that's this
be
year's Coda.
Coda could be the first Best Picture winner to come from Sundance.
Yeah,
Is that
that's the
true?
bid stat too.
That's shocking to me. I'm like, have none of the Sundance movies won Best Picture?
No, it's the first
Really?
one.
But Cha Cha is still my number 1 of the year, or number 2 at least
It's my
behind Batman
number.
now.
It's in my 5, but I think that could be this year's Coda.
But yeah,
As far as
looking
like Apple
here,
goes.
Babylon, Knives Out 2. I think Knives Out, Knives
Do you
Out
think it's
missed
to
out.
be more of an awards player?
Knives Out missed out on Best Picture the first time. I think it was that number 11
It was
choice.
number 11 or
Honestly,
12 for sure. Yeah.
what year was Knives Out? 2019.
Yeah. It got
Or
a screenplay
no,
nom, so
was it
it was.
2019 or
It was.
2019?
Yeah.
2019. Yeah, I think Knives Out should have been nominated easily above 1 or 2 of the nominees from 2019. But yeah, Knives Out 2. Netflix already said they're positioning it in the fall so they can hype up an Oscar campaign. Netflix has been getting better at their Oscar campaign, so I can see Knives Out 2 making a shot. White Noise right there, Babylon right there.
These
Don't
are just
Worry,
my
Darling.
personal. These aren't just all.
I know, but
Yeah,
Don't Worry, Darling.
I think it could.
So
It
this
could be too
is
genre though.
it could be another Booksmart where it just gets a screenplay nom.
Hmm.
But again, it'll be nominated. I think Don't Worry, Darling has a chance to be nominated somewhere. Maybe not Best Picture, but nominated somewhere.
Screenplay would probably be the most likely, or Florence Pugh.
Of course, we got our visual effects star in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I think
Um,
Bernstein, which is Bradley Cooper's next directorial film,
where's that at? Oh, there it is.
or I think it's called Maestro now, but it's his next
Yeah,
film he's
that
directing.
that was the interesting one with the bidding war, right?
And it's
And
a
then
biopic about Leonard Bernstein, which is like he's bid right now because of West Side Story. He's a
yeah,
composer of West Side Story, so
isn't there another one, another movie about Bernstein coming out from another director
I think
too?
it's a documentary.
Okay.
I
Um,
don't know.
Nope has a high chance.
Screenplay,
You can't count out Nope because of Get
maybe
Out.
T.T. Palmer could do it. A Naturalist Nom.
Nah,
Yeah, it could be a Lupita situation.
could be a Lupita situation. But if Get Out could get a Best Picture nomination, don't want to count out Nope.
But what did us?
Um,
Is it gonna be us or Get Out? That's the question.
I don't know. I love Us a lot.
But like as far as that awards go, where
I
Us's
agree.
list is
I
not
don't know. I
my
think
thing.
I think it could veer towards Us. Get
Yeah,
Out was just so different. No, this is Jordan Peele's third one, so maybe not. But okay, Poor Things right there.
this is Fabelmans, which is Spielberg's next movie, which is probably like one of the front runners at this point.
Oh yeah, Spielberg. What a guy.
Uh huh.
Constantly checking films out. Is Spider-Man already a lock for best animated movie of 2022? It's between
I
that
think
and
so.
Buzz.
Yeah. No,
Um,
Turning Red. I think is more unique. It's to be
nah,
interesting.
Turning Red's way too soon. People love it now, but
But look at Raya.
great point. You're right. Yeah, just great argument. Yeah,
It's on Disney Plus. More people to watch it.
Turning Red, Buzz, Spider-Man,
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. Is
Del
Pinocchio
Toro's Pinocchio.
not all animated?
It's all stop motion. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, because that teaser trailer. Um, that's four right there.
Probably some other film that'll come out
Probably some
more,
random
or a
Apple
festival film,
festival, some
or
film. Yeah,
Skydance Animation's having their first film come out this year,
yeah.
so that could happen.
So yeah, I would love to
I
see
think the
anime
second to
film.
last one is Asteroid City, which is Wes Anderson's next movie. It's
Oh
always
yeah,
like it's always a possibility. It could
always a
be
possibility. And again,
next Grand Budapest.
if it's not best picture, it'll be there for production or something like that.
I mean, French Dispatch wasn't, which I'm still bummed about.
Yeah, even just watching the trailer, I'm like, yeah, it looks really cool.
Then poor
For
fans, yeah.
yeah, but yeah, next year is going to be very interesting. I think we have a stacked fall.
Oh
Stacked fall.
yeah, this whole year's been stacked.
I agree. It's funny we're talking about My Cup of Tea. I think next year is going to be even more stacked in the front of the year. This year, January was pretty meh outside of Sundance. If you didn't go to Sundance, January was dead.
Yeah,
February
this is only
also.
Scream.
February was dead. March finally came through with Batman. Lost City's coming out this weekend. I think we're having a
Everything, everywhere, all at once could be a bid player if that really breaks through. Which I'm
exactly,
hearing nothing but like overwhelming positivity for that
and
movie.
they're rolling that out uniquely, right? I think New York, LA this weekend,
Yeah,
and
I'm seeing
then
it on Monday.
oh
So I'm
wow,
very
is that early
excited.
screening?
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I'm just going to LA
Oh, you're just going
to
to
see it.
LA. You live there. Great.
Basically, yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think this fall is going to kick 2022 into high gear. A lot of great stuff coming out. I'm excited. This was fun.
It's a fun times. Yeah, it's gonna be a chaotic ceremony, and you should watch it live with us this Sunday. We're doing a big live stream watch along, trying to get as many people in our friend group as possible to join. So
Yep.
we hope you join too.
At least be in the chat room with us, talking about all
Yeah.
the Oscar craziness. Are there going to be clips? Maybe, maybe not.
Is Amy Schumer to tell a bad joke? Guaranteed.
How many? That's the question.
That's the real question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
fun
yeah.
times. Evan, where can people find you?
Find me on Twitter at Harris EV9, talking all things these days. Big Brother Canada 10. I'm a huge Big Brother fan. I'm
If
also a
you
big
watched last
Survivor.
week, you'll know his love for reality TV.
I'm a reality TV guy. Big Brother, Survivor. I watch anime a lot, so a lot of anime retweets and tweets about that. And then tweets about the Oscars. Sunday is going to be all hashtag Oscars on every tweet I have, basically, because it's going to be very
Yeah.
exciting.
And you'll be joining us,
Yeah,
right? On the
for
stream?
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. I'll be there. I'll be there. Can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
And you have your own
Oh,
podcast?
yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yesterday, if you go to Nathan Rojas's channel, we did My Cup of Tea, which is I think like our 65th episode, My Cup of Tea, talking all things
Wow.
movies, just catching up on what was basically March's movie news because we've been so behind. Um, but we'll be doing every episode of Moon Knight starting next week. We'll be doing Moon Knight
Awesome.
reviews next week. We're still doing commentaries every Wednesday. So next week we are doing the movie Tombstone with
It's the old Western, right? Or a more recent
Western.
Western. Yeah.
Val Kilmer's in it. I think Kurt Russell. I haven't seen it. Carson hasn't seen it, but Nathan has. So we'll be doing that. And then we'll be doing Jurassic Park and Jurassic World probably
Leading up
next month.
to Fallen Earth.
Yeah,
What's this next one? Dominion?
Dominion, yeah. Leading
Yeah.
up to that, that'll be next month. But so in between that, we're doing stuff like Tombstone, maybe some horror movies in between that.
Awesome.
It's always going to be fun. So yeah, we'll catch us on My Cup of Tea, commentaries, and Hyperspace Hype, which is our Star Wars podcast. Kenobi's starting May 25th. Star Wars Celebration's coming up,
We'll be
so
watching it. Yep. Celebration.
gonna be very fun.
So yeah, then you could find me at Josh D Woodbury. It's on the screen here if you're watching the video. Yeah, just tweeting about all kinds of shit, film, anything I want basically. Mostly film though. Then yeah, I haven't really plugged this before, but you'd find our podcast on Twitter also at WHFG Podcast on Twitter. Um, for updates and announcements for next episodes. That's basically it though. It was a fun time discussing this with you, Evan.
Yeah, it's been a blast. I love the
Yeah.
Oscars.
So yeah, as far as our next official episode goes, we're planning on doing what we watched in March, sometime next week, we believe. So tune in for that later, and we hope you tune in for our Oscars watch along this Sunday. So goodbye, everyone, and Heartbreak Feels Good right here.